In this video, we're going to showcase the Pro feature of the customizable advanced interaction layer builder. So if I go into one of our videos, all I need to do to add an interaction layer, exactly the same as in the commercial version of Interactr, is click on the interaction layer button at the top. This is going to allow us to add an interaction layer at the end of our video that allows users to select a different path. As a pro user, you have access to all of these templates shown here. Now, all of these templates are created from scratch using create a blank interaction layer. So I'm going to show you how to create a blank interaction layer so you can understand the different elements that you can animate. And then I'm going to show you a couple of tricks to allow you to create some really awesome looking interaction layers like these templates. So let's go on create blank. So what you'll notice is the default selection is a kind of a faded black background color, which we can change over here. And you'll see that you can edit the animation properties as a pro user. So slide in from top right is the standard. I'm just going to play that again. But we can change it to a whole host of different animations. I could do fade in, and we can play the fade in. We could have rotate in is a bit more wacky. Okay, so you can choose. Now, if I go back to slide in top right, more of a professional way of the interaction layer coming in, okay, depending on your use case. Animation easing is the speed at which that happens. So ease in is selected. So ease in means, imagine if my mouse cursor is point A and it's a car and point B is over this side. Going at 10 miles an hour all the way across consistently would be linear. But what gives it a good effect is if it starts off fast at, 20 miles an hour and then slows down to 10. So it's fast and then it slows down at the end. That's what ease in does. Linear is all at one speed. Okay. Ease in is fast at the start, slow at the end. And of course, again, there's a whole bunch. We have fast, which goes across rapid. We have elastic, okay, so that has a bounce. We have bounce at the bottom, as you can see. So you can change the easing for each one of these background animations. I'm just going to keep it at ease in, and we can change the duration. If we want it to take, a longer time, we can select that. If we want it to take a shorter time, we can select that as well. Okay. The timer icon allows us to show the timer or not. Okay, I like the timer being shown, especially with the, the countdown audio if we have the timer sound selected, because it counts down, it's the ticking of a clock all the way down. Okay, we can choose the timer duration, how many seconds do we want it to be. I'm going to keep it at 20. And we can add elements from over here. Okay, this admin area is just for me because my account's an admin account. But for elements, we've got the background. If we want to add elements, all we do is click on add new element here. And then we can customize the animation and the duration of those elements. Let me give you an example. Let's say I wanted some text to go up here. And let's say that I wanted the text to say, choose an option. And I'll make this bigger. Let me select this, make it bigger so we can see. We can make it bold. And let's say that's where we want the text to come in. Then I want to have a couple of buttons. And of course, as a pro user, if we want an image over here, okay, you guys have access to the image library. So if I scroll down, you know, you have access to all of the images from the image library. And we have a whole, you know, bunch of images from all of the interaction layers we've created. We've got lots of different types of buttons, everything you would need to, you know, help create really cool looking interaction layers without having to hire a designer. Okay, you have access to all of these. But, you know, let's just say I'll have this image over here. And for the sake of this demo, I'll have just a normal button that's over here. Okay, and we can, you know, let's change the size. Now, if I go to play the animation, we see the background comes in, then the headline, the text, and the two buttons, or the button and the image, come in at the same time. Now, what I would advise you guys to do is to stagger those times. If I select the text, you can see that the duration is 1 second, okay, and the delay is 1 second. Now, I'm going to keep that at 1 second, and I'm going to have the image over here, I'm going to have the delay as, let's just do 1.5. And this button over here, I'm going to move that to 2. And let's see how that looks. So we have the background, the title, then the two buttons. So it gives a better effect if we add a delay to the animation. And of course, you know, if I select no way, and I'm going to choose the way that it animates in. Let's have more of a wacky version. I'll have rotate in. If we play the animation, we can see it rotates in and the other one fades in. Okay, again, you can go through the animation types to have a look which ones you like, depending on your use case. Okay, so that's how we create animated interaction layers from scratch. And just like normal, we can select what do we want to happen when someone clicks on the element. Now what I want to show you is a couple of tricks that we did when we created the templated animation layers that you get as a pro user. If I head back, and what I'll do is I'm going to go on to change preset, and I'm going to select one of the actual templates. And a good example is this speech bubble at the bottom. I'm just going to select this one. So we'll just wait for it to load in. So what you'll notice with this, it's just a really great example of how the delays in the animation make such a big difference. Again, I'm going to go on play animation. We have the man come in first, the image, and then the different options. And what you'll notice here is these options, we have text and we have images. Okay, this is an image, as you can see here, that's in the image library that you get access to. And you can see that the animation duration is 1 second and the delay is 2.5 seconds. If I click on the text, option 1, you can see the animation duration is 1 and the delay is 3.2. So on the image, it's 2.5. On the text, it's 3.2. That gives the effect of the image coming in first and the text coming in afterwards, as you can see. The image comes in first, the text shows afterwards. Okay, it's a nice little animation trick that you can use when creating your own animation layers. Or of course, you can edit the templates that we give you. Okay, you can edit these. Okay, as you can see here, edit them as much as you want. Again, if I head back, and on this interaction layer for the preset, this time I want to show you the end card. It's like the YouTube end card version down here. The cool thing with this one is the images, when these load, play as GIFs. So it's like there's kind of two videos you can choose from. I'm going to hit play animation. So we can see here, we can see the delay in the animation, but all we've done over here is we've uploaded images as GIFs. That's very easy to do. If you don't know how to do it, you just record a very short video, then just Google MP4 to GIF converter. There's a million on the internet, and you can convert your really short video into a GIF image that you can upload into your project, okay? And it will show as a video that you can select, okay? Which is, again, another nice touch that you can do as a pro user to customize and create your own interaction layers, okay? Now, this time, again, if we go back to the presets, another cool trick is the text pop interaction layer we did here. If I select text pop, you see the option text comes up. I'm just going to play the animation again. It says choose option 1, 2, or 3, and then the options come up. Now, what we did for that, if we go down to elements, we added in the text separately, option 1, option 2, and option 3, but we layered them over the top of each other. So if I go to option 1 and scroll up to the position, you can see the position is 180. If I move it, you can see this is actually where it is. Okay, it's just because we layer this with a black background and white text. If I move it back to 180, it shows behind or at the front of this text. Then when option 2 comes in with the animation delay, with the time delay, option number 2 has the exact same dimensions over here. Okay, but stacks, the stack orders number 2, it stacks over the top. So when we play this, a cool effect is it changes the text before giving the options, okay? And then finally, again, just to give you another example, and just to reiterate, you can edit all of these templates, or all of these templates are created from scratch using the animation layer builder that you have access to as a pro user, okay? So let me show you a couple others. This man-woman one over here, if I select this. Okay, so this is loaded in. I'm just going to go on play animation. You'll see it's kind of like, the curtains closing, and we've kind of separated these two things off. Now, how do we do that? Well, the text man, okay, is the clickable option, as you can see here, and the text woman is the clickable option. Now, what we've done with these are buttons with a transparent background. Okay, that's what we've done there. Now, these backgrounds over here, the blue background and the pink background, all these are simply buttons, but the buttons have no action when clicked, okay? So, we've got the text in the center. If I select this pink background, all this is a button with no text that I've made this size, okay? And you can see I can, change the size of the button. It's got no text on. I'm just going to make it, the size that I want, get it to fit nicely. And then on click, we want to make sure do nothing is selected, okay? And by doing that, we can add in colored backgrounds, whether we want to have, 2 options or 3 options over here for this interaction layer, by using a button with no click option and just changing the color and removing the text, okay? Okay, these are, of course, just normal images. Again, if we play the animation, it comes in like curtains closing, then the text comes in via the animations. Again, it's another cool trick that you can use to make awesome interaction layers. And finally, there's one template on here that we created using this builder that kind of uses all of those together, the diagonal interaction layer. So if I select this, what you'll notice here is this kind of green element is simply an image, as you can see here. And again, you have this image in the image library for you to use. Then we have two lots of text. We have text 1 and text 2. The reason we did this is so we can have the text slide in at different times. For text 1, the animation delay is 1.2 seconds. For text 2, it's 1.5 seconds. So the top animates in first, then the bottom. Okay, and exactly the same here. You can see we've had this, it's a simple image that's just a white background, again, that you have access to in the image library. And then we've created these buttons with no text, and then we've created the text that comes on separately for the delay. Okay, so if I play the animation, we can see the image, the text, and then our buttons come in. Again, it's kind of all encompasses a lot of the tricks that we showed you. So again, as a pro user, before we finish this video, when you go to create an interaction layer, you can create an interaction layer from scratch, as we have done with all of these templates. All these templates are interaction layers that we created from scratch, or you can select a template and edit that template. Okay, we're going to keep adding more templates into here. And remember, to change the individual elements on the interaction layer, we do that on the left-hand side. We can change the font, the color, the animation type, the animation easing, the duration. You have full control over the animation layers and the interaction layers that you create.